I am Dr. Raghuram Narayan Chakraborty, speaking from Sri Sri Dijendra Kusum Vedanta Biti Jogapit Mandir, India. Today I shall discuss the subject, namely healthy child, healthy nation, homeopathy in pediatrics. Child is the father of the nation. So, healthy child means the future healthy nation. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann defined health in the relation with vital force in his book Organon of Medicine, 6th edition, in his 9th aphorism. According to Hahnemann, the state of health is a condition in which vital force rules with unbounded sway and retains all the parts of the organism in admirable, harmonious, vital operation as regards both sensation and functions, so that our indwelling reason-gifted mind can freely employ this living, healthy instrument for the higher purpose of our existence. So, when the vital force cannot retain all the parts of the living existence, that is physical, mental, and psychic, in admirable, harmonious, vital operation regarding both sensation and function, then that state of condition of health is known as illness or diseased condition. From the above point of view, it can be concluded that life is essentially nothing but a continuous dynamic interaction of the vital force with the various forces and factors in the environment of a particular organism. So long as this dynamic interaction goes in a normal way and regular way, all the functions of life, namely growth, nutrition, development, reproduction, resistance to any force or any form of vital activities, are carried on in an admirable, harmonious way with a positive sensation of well-being. Thus, health can be defined in brief as a state of active maintenance of dynamic harmony of the vital force in relation to the environmental forces and factors with respect to sensations and functions and self-preservation, so that in case of man endowed with intelligence, reason, and free will, the body, mind, soul can also be utilized for higher purposes of our life in the interest of fellow being. So any deviation from the above health condition may be described as diseased state. So disease also cannot be taken as a passive, static, systemic disorder or organic lesion to be recognized by only objectively in the clinic or laboratory. Disease should be defined as a dynamic condition of active derangement of the vital harmony of the whole organism, manifested first in the sphere of sensation, that is, active feeling of illness and various unpleasant sensations, then in the sphere of functions, and then in the material constituents, that is, fluids, cells, tissues, and organs of the body. How this normal health of a living being becomes diseased or dynamically is described by various schools of treatment in multivarious way. Out of them, the allopathic school of medicine holds the idea that causative factor of disease manifestation is nothing but germs, bacteria, or viruses, etc. Out of this idea, they try to kill the germ that is bacteria, virus, etc., by application of crude form of drugs, and they apply in the human body different types of killed or living germ bacteria in massive doses as a protective devices or vaccine to prevent infection of germ bacteria and viruses, etc. Causing those specified diseases as termed by allopaths, number of such type of diseases and germs, bacteria, virus, etc. is innumerable. So their great number and variety puzzled the physicians to select proper remedy for a particular disease, which takes a lot of time, labor, and investigation, as well as money to diagnose a disease and to start its treatment. In this long period, before starting the proper treatment, the patient either dies or the disease becomes complicated and incurable due to perpetual infection and reinfection of different varieties of germs in the patient having a dominated immunity power. But that problem does not appear in case of homeopathic treatment as described by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. He detected and described only 3 fundamental diseases, namely SORA, psychosis, and syphilis, to be the root cause of all kinds of disease manifestation, and total or partial annihilation of these 3 root causes makes the patient cured or relieved from all the innumerable disease manifesting symptoms, both sensational and functional. Nowadays in India and also in other countries, all children are vaccinated against tuberculosis, cholera, mumps, whooping cough, tetanus, polio, smallpox, and measles, etc., in the name of child care. But in everyday practice, we observe that babies, those who come to us after taking these allopathic vaccines, they become victimized with multiple complications in the way of their recovery or cure. About a century ago, Dr. Hahnemann warned the human race about this type of mixed miasmatic complicated diseases to be produced by the application of dissimilar crude drugs on a patient. Based upon SORA, psychosis or syphilis miasm, Hahnemann clearly defined in the aphorism 39, 40, 41, especially in aphorism 41 of his Organon of Medicine, that inappropriate application of dissimilar crude drugs produced incurable complex diseases. In aphorism 41, he says that much more frequent than the natural diseases associating with and complicating one another in the same body are the morbid complication resulting from the art of the ordinary practitioner with the inappropriate medical treatment, and is apt to be produced by the long continued employment of unsuitable drugs. To the natural diseases which it is proposed to cure, there are then added by the constant repetition of the unsuitable medicinal agent the new, often very tedious, morbid conditions which might be anticipated from the peculiar power of the drug. These gradually coalesce with and complicate the chronic malady which is dissimilar to them, adding to the old disease a new dissimilar artificial malady of a chronic nature, and thus give the patient a double in place of a single disease, that is to say, render him much worse and more difficult to cure, often quite incurable. On the other hand, homeopathically selected genus epidemicus medicine, where after taking case history of a large number of epidemically affected patients, a most similar homeopathic medicine is selected which is suitable for a major part of the observed patients, then this well-selected similimum homeopathic medicine acts both as a preventive and a curative without rendering the patient any complication, but annihilates and prevents the disease in the patient in its whole extent. Thus, for preserving the proper health of children of the world's human nation, allopathic vaccines may be safely replaced by Hahnemannian genus epidemicus medicine to save the human race from being a handicapped human nation in future centuries. Prevention of health and child care should be prenatal and postnatal care. Susceptibility to epidemic disease is not only an environmental factor but lies in the deeper constitution of child in his hereditary trait to miasm. For example, when a human male sperm saturated with soric miasm meet with an ovum of a human female saturated with psychotic miasm, the zygote or embryo formed out of this couple should have the psychosoric constitution. After birth, this child becomes susceptible to tuberculosis and ordinary cough and cold. If this child is treated prenatally, that is, if its mother is treated in her pregnancy period by the appropriate antisoric and antipsychotic homeopathic medicine, the child after birth becomes resistant to cough and cold, and it is not prone to be affected by the tubercular or cough and cold epidemics. So, children health care should be started in the prenatal stage, in which the hereditary history of parents is most essential. If the health error of an embryo is not corrected in the mother's womb, where parents are suffering from hereditary miasmatic complications, the preterm baby takes birth with the following so-called defects and complications, namely, number 1, idiopathic respiratory distress syndrome. Number 2, intraventricular hemorrhage. Number 3, PDA. Number 4, neonatal jaundice. Number 5, refractory anemia. Number 6, retinopathy. Number 7, susceptibility to infection. Number 8, blood dyscrasia. Number 9, thermal instability. Number 10, gastrointestinal and hepatic complications. Number 11, electrolyte and acid-base imbalance. Number 12, vitamin deficiency. Number 13, unexplained edema. Complications of intrauterine growth retardation may also occur. Number 1, as for example, number 1, meconium aspiration syndrome. Number 2, transient hypoglycemic episode. Number 3, transient hyperglycemia episode, and so on. So, we see that if we take proper care of a pregnant mother with proper anti-miasmatic medicine after taking individualized case history considering the congenital or hereditary miasmatic trait and give her proper hygiene, sanitation, dietetics, and give the proper knowledge how disease invade the living body and derange one's normal health system and how to protect them according to Hahnemannian pathway directed in his organon of medicine and chronic disease. Then we can expect that a pregnant mother would present to the nation a proper healthy newborn baby. And in this way, we, the physicians, will be able to overcome the complications of a preterm baby. On the other hand, postnatal care of the newborn baby is another tedious job to present and preserve a healthy child to the nation. Childhood is the proper time for physician to correct the patient's hereditary genetic errors and miasmatic error, as because in this stage all these organs of a living body is in a developmental stage. So, if we give attention to number one, proper case taking of the baby, including both paternal and maternal hereditary tendency. Number two, proper individualization of the case of a child or baby with its common peculiar characteristic and miasmatic symptoms. Number three, rendering the baby or child proper hygiene and sanitation. Number four, regular and proper checkup of the patient. Number five, offering proper nourishment to the baby or child with proper balanced diet. Number six, proper selection of the diets. Number seven, proper immunization of the baby or child in due time with Hahnemannian method of genus epidemicus medicines. Number eight, proper application of an ideal similimum homeopathic medicine. Number nine, proper eradication of the obstacle to recovery. Number 10, proper annihilation of the disease from babies or child in their whole extent of health. Number 11, proper education of the parents and guardians about the mode of activities of homeopathic medicine and treatment. Number 12, proper education to the parents or guardians of the baby or child about how the proper health can be preserved. Then we can present the nation healthy babies and healthy children, and we can make the human nation healthy. If these proper measures can be taken in a proper time and extent, then the human race can be called a Homo sapien, that is, man the wise.